DJ Ferris.
This Chicago, nigga.
It's the real one.
Hit me.
Only one that's pulling shit.
Let's get to sports talk.
Tonight on ESPN and the app, we are replaying two of the most significant games of the Golden State Warriors dynasty. The Game 6 clincher in 2015 against LeBron and the Cavs is at 7 Eastern, and then Game 3 of the 2017 Finals. That came down to the final minute with KD sinking that dagger shot over LeBron. All right, guys, welcome back. And I know, Kevin Durant, I know you're sick of the discussion about your jump from the Thunder to the Bay, but there's a reason it is still such a hot-button moment in NBA history, and that is because it changed the course of the entire league. Of course, we know what KD's move did for the Warriors, but Perk, I want to play a little game of, yes, what if about your old Thunder teammates. What if Kevin Durant never joins the Warriors and stays on that stacked OKC team instead, the one that nearly won the Western Conference?
If he would have stayed with that stacked team in OKC that was up 3-1 the year before he left and went to the Warriors. If y'all 3-1 last year, imagine he would stay with that team the year after that. They would have made it to the finals. If he would have stayed with that team that was stacked, that was built to win a championship that year that he was up against the Warriors, and next year they could have got over the hump and got there again. You know, if he would have stayed with that stacked team.
Finals that same year.
Ooh, Rachel, not again. The last time I mentioned KD and Russell Westbrook in the same sentence, the world blew up. All right, but look, I'm gonna go ahead and address this like the numbers on the house. All right, if Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant never break up, I see the Oklahoma City Thunder building a dynasty. In my opinion, when you look at Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, they could have went down as arguably one of the best duos to ever play the game, or at least top 5. I wish they would have never broken up because they were scratching and at the surface.
Yes, they would have never broke up. They could have went down the best duo. It was just collide of who team it was. And the owner and the GMs said it was Russ' team. They came out and said that. And there was just so much head collision between those two. Who was the top dog for OKC? Who was the leader of that team? Who team it was? That's the main reason it was a big shakeup in OKC, because of that little movement right there. And it was never like that, and they came out and said it was their team, stuff might be looking different. But Kevin Durant had other plans of he couldn't win with OKC. Right, he seen how they let that meltdown at that 3-1. He probably looked at it like, I can't win with this team. I got to go somewhere and win one. And if he would have just stayed put, the team probably could have won one. But he probably looked like, I can't win one with Russ. And that's the main reason he ended up with them.
Right at the front door of winning the NBA title. And just think about it. They had the Warriors down 3-1. So I know those guys. Both of those guys always have revenge on their mind. And I think we would have been seeing Oklahoma City and Cleveland Cavalier matchup, LeBron and KD, Kyrie and Westbrook matchup for the years to come. But I just hate to see that it didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't think if KD stays in Oklahoma, I can see no dynasty for the Warriors. I can see no dynasty at all, because you got to look at the balance of power then. You had the Houston Rockets. You know, they were up and coming with James Harden. And, of course, Golden State. You know, they did what they did. But you forget about Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, they were making it to the finals. LeBron was making it to the finals every year. So if they don't get KD, LeBron could be sitting on a couple more titles. And so it'll be hard to say who would have been a dynasty at that time. But I don't think, Warriors would have.
It was. LeBron would have won at least 2 more if the Warriors want to land KD. It wouldn't have been no dynasty with the Warriors if KD wanted to join with that team. LeBron could have been sitting on championships because he made it year out and year out with the Cleveland Cavaliers. If he would never left and stayed OKC. Because, yeah, the Rockets was right behind everyone. Because they was coming up. If KD would have stayed put in the landscape, it would have been a lot different. But when he went to the Warriors, it changed all the outcome.
In that dynasty, it would have been back and forth. Maybe Oklahoma won one, Cleveland won one, maybe the Warriors get one more. You know, who knows? And then you had teams that were getting better at the same time.
Ooh, I just hate to see that they didn't make it happen, though, P. Like, I just watched Russ and Kevin Durant grow up in front of my eyes when I got traded from the Celtics, and I just knew both of those guys were going to be special. Both of those guys are generational talents, and I'm just thinking about it right now, like, it would have been dangerous. You know how it is, P.
I mean, yes, they were talented, but you know, like I know, it was a power struggle there. We know KD was the best player, but Russ wanted to be the man, so how was they going to make that work? It was a reason that KD left.
See, that's the reason right there. It was two-head collision. Too much power. Russ believed that was his team. KD believed that was his team. And he believed he was a better player than Westbrook. And that's the reason he left. Because he couldn't see eye to eye with Russell Westbrook. And he probably looking at it as, this is my team. And you are my Robin. And Westbrook ain't look at Kevin Durant as his Robin. He looked at KD as his Robin. So it was just too much power going on between those two. Who's the better player on that team?
For the Warriors, it wasn't because they weren't as talented. I mean, Russ is an MVP caliber player. It was a power struggle there, I believe.
Well, let me ask you a question, Pete. Let me ask you this. The reason that our Celtic team was able to work the first year was because you guys were older and mature. Y'all had accomplished everything individually that y'all needed to accomplish. So the only thing that was on y'all mind was winning the ring. And I think as the years would have came, KD and Russ both would have got more mature and got more wiser and put their pride aside and would have found a way to make it work. I just wish they would have never broke up. Like, that was a bad breakup, man. That was a horrible divorce. That was a horrible divorce, Rachel.
Perk, I want to go all the way back to...
When you can't put your difference to the side, this will happen. You break apart. Because your egos were so high that they really couldn't communicate. They really wasn't focused on winning a championship together. It was all about who team it was. That's all it was about. And when you got two of your main guys focusing on their egos and not mature enough and seeing eye to eye both at the top, and they probably look at it as one of us got to go. And KD chose to walk out that door.
When Harden was on the team, because I still would love to know if that team had stayed together with all three of them. I understand the clog at guard at that position, but certainly as positionless basketball only grew in the decade, you kind of wonder if all three of them...
If James Harden would have stayed with that team, they would have won some more championships. Because at the time, James Harden only wanted $6 million, I think, from OKC to stay there. They didn't want to give him that. So they just said, we're going to ship him off to Houston. And he became the man, his own right for Houston. Now that's his franchise. That was on them for letting him walk out that door.
Could have been on the court together and grown together. That's my what if. We're never going to get the answer there. Oh well. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For